So you are Todd, and you are with Kufner Yachts.
Kufner Yachts
Kufner
USA.
Yachts.
We've been
Sorry.
building for 15 years in Croatia. This is the first boat to the U.S.
Yeah. You said this is hull number
43.
Tell me a little bit. So, hull number 43. It seems like a low number for 15 years, but you guys aren't a production boat company, right?
Right, exactly. We do about roughly 16 a year. We're a small yard. We're very customizable. We're a performance cruiser.
So everything's made by hand, everything's got care to it, everything's to the customer's liking, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I also noticed when we were talking earlier, I visited the boat earlier. I was down in the cabin talking to Todd. That's when I decided I wanted to do an interview. You know, we were talking earlier. You were talking about some design choices that were made with this boat, and we'll probably transfer to some of the smaller boats that you're gonna come out with. What are those design choices? Why did you make them? You know.
Yeah. Well, we're a deck step mast, so it offers a lot of flexibility forward in the boat. So forward of the deck step, we're able to customize. There's no bulkhead restrictions. We're showing this as a really charterable boat. We have 5 staterooms, 4 heads or wet heads, but we can do just a 3 stateroom, large master. We're able to do separate head shower, really whatever their preference is. And same thing in the main salon. You know, we opted not to go with a nav station because we were very computer-based and phone-based. We can do full nav station.
Yeah, and you also mentioned some like engineering design choices that were pretty interesting to me. I'm an old boat guy. I like older boats. You know, I have an 89 O'Day 322. It's a production boat, but you know, they thought a lot more about engineering, I think, at least, you know, than modern production boats. So you mentioned something about the chain locker. You know.
Well, some of the things our owner and builder is Demir. He's an engineer by trade. We hand laminated the ribs of the boat to the hull, add strength, durability, performance as well. We have dry compartments, but we've done something unique in the chain locker in the bow. We've lined it with concrete. It helps keep the bow down in waves, really cut through the seas. Also heading higher into the wind, it keeps the nose down. It's a really big improvement on performance.
Awesome. And then what you were saying some numbers as far as performance numbers, wind versus hull speed.
Over ground. Yeah. So we were in 15 to 20 knot winds. We're doing 8.5 to 9.5, depending on what direction you're sailing.
Yeah.
But we were doing sea trials in spring in Annapolis. We had one day calm, another day 22 knot winds, 20 to 22, and we were pushing to beat at 10. We were at like 9.9, but really performs well, and a very ocean-worthy boat. We have an 8'3" draft bulb keel. We offer a shallow at 6 feet.
Awesome. What is, you know, what is the goal? What is your in your imagination? What's the best result of somebody coming to see you at the Sailboat show? Why do you do shows? Why do you like them?
Well, number one, we're a new brand. Like I said, we've been well established in the Mediterranean, in Croatia, Turkey, and Italy. This is the first boat to the U.S., so really just getting people familiar with the brand. We're doing sea trials, getting people. The best way is the performance of the boat being on the water. I think we're very unique in our design. When you go down below, even though we're a 5 stateroom boat, we have a very large main salon area. The new design I did with them is doing the galley forward, so it's really an open floor plan. I think people are amazed when they come down the companionway and see how much space there is as well.
Yeah. I mean, interesting conversations with peers, with, you know, folks. I've been sailing my whole life too.
Yeah.
I came across an interesting question that I've been discussing on all of the live streams and discussing with people just in general. When we're teaching sailing, so, you know, say you have a new 20, 30, 40, 50 something adult. They've never sailed before. This is going to be their first experience sailing. Where would you say they should start?
I mean, progression-wise, I mean, we're trying to make it as you know, we have electric winches and trying to make it not as a single head for this size as a 56, 54, but just really trying to make it two-person, being able to dock handle. It's very, again, the performance, you have a single spade rudder, 80 horsepower EMR standard, we bumped it up to a 110. Really, just getting on board and just getting out there is what, getting sailing instruction, but to be able to
so sailing instruction was where the question came from. Like, I was thinking about the fact that, like, all these boats, they come with so much electronics, and old salts, they go, oh, you need paper charts, you need to know how to plot your course, you need to know how to triangulate. I know that stuff because I grew up doing it, but say I don't have the next 30, 40 years to dedicate to learning how to sail. Is it more valuable to teach people the nuts and bolts and how it used to work, or is it more valuable to give them the electronics and go, okay, here's how you figure out when something goes wrong with this?
No, I always start with paper charts, the old way, and you can never rely on technology. Sometimes B&G may go out, or any other navigation you have, so you don't want to rely on that ever. You really need to have a good base in learning.
Yeah. I just found it an interesting question because, like, little kids learn how to, work on an iPad at like 2 now.
Yes,
I have a 3-year-old and she knows how to use her iPad already. I'm like, man, how did you figure that out?
Right.
We don't even give it to you except for to watch cartoons every once in a while. But yeah. Anyway, so interesting question. What do you get to go out during the show? Do you get to see any part of the show?
Pretty busy, speaking with people, and just really, passionate about sailing, passionate about the product. Our owner Demir is very well, also very passionate, on hands. We're a small enough yard where we have that personal attention. So I don't get to do the show, visit the show that much, but I have in the previous years and all my life.
If you were going to see like 2 or 3 things, you came here just one day, you've got probably 4 stops that you can make realistically. What are you gonna go see?
Well, I'm a monohull person as opposed to cat, so that's just me, but a lot of people are going cat as well, and it's really personal preference. The top names in the industry have been around a while. I think people are, when they walk by the boat, we're the new brand, so I think people are intrigued also. But I would really just stick to the main brands and the production boats, but we're really, from the higher end to the mid-price, and just see what everybody, you can always take away something from any boat, whatever the design is, you're always just taking in the information.
Awesome. Might give me a quick tour?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's just hop up and we'll just start on the foredeck, which you can go however you like. I'll follow.
So one thing, we have a very wide walk-right port and starboard. Not much clutter on the deck. We try and keep it as clean as possible. Our lines are led under the deck, so we're able to have this wonderful deck space, very flush. Flush Lumar hatches as well. And we have a 16-3 beam.
Makes her pretty stable, yeah?
Yes, it is. It's 21 ton.
Great looking boat from the outside.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the cabin if you don't mind.
Yep, absolutely. We're outfitted with 4 electric Harkin winches for the main. This is where all the lines are led into the cockpit. Very spacious cockpit area, wide. You don't have to climb over people if they're sitting.
BNT Electronics
Yes.
standard.
Yep, and we can do anything, but yes. Another nice feature that we've done as of a few years ago, we've added the outdoor grilling station. So you can do it as a grill or a plancha, flat surface where you can do eggs, bacon, that sort of thing. We're able to do a cutting board. We can do a refrigeration here as well. Visually behind the helms on port and starboard, you don't have to peek around the Dodger. You really have good vision. Large cockpit table. It's actually refrigeration instead of just a ice box.
Awesome.
Would you like to go down below?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
So this is a new design I did with Kufner. We did the galley forward. Really wanted to maintain a large open main salon area. We outfitted this to be more of a charter boat. Maximize the staterooms, but still have all this living space. It's 5 stateroom, 4 heads. They're wet heads, but we can do total customization. Oversized queen berths in the aft. We opted not to do a nav station because everything is, as we were talking, electronic on our computers and our devices, but we still can do a full nav station.
And this
refrigeration, yes.
Oh, this is where you were talking about the mast step?
This is the deck step. So we have 2 steel structures, compression post, U-shape, as well as deck. Our ribs of the boat are hand laminated to the hull, adds more strength, durability to dry compartments. So going forward, anything forward of the deck step, you're able to customize. We opted to again show it as a more of a charterability, large family. We did pocket doors, very practical. You don't have to contend with doors.
Excuse
No,
me.
that's fine. That's good. Going forward, we have an oversized queen. We are going to be doing the head height, raising it 8 inches higher for the U.S. market, just to make it a little more headroom going forward.
As tall people.
Yes, I know.
Nice and bright.
So we can do anything. We've added cosmetic, oak trim, soft close drawers. Can do any refrigeration. We have a front-loading refrigerator, a top-loading, actually a freezer, fridge. So when you start out your trip, when you're loaded, you can do it as a freezer and then tone it down to a fridge and a standard top-loading freezer over there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the tour.
No, thank you.
Thanks for talking to me. I'm gonna come up here with you. Avoid hitting my head. And thank you so much. We're gonna let me get you not so bright there. And yeah, I want any last thoughts? Yeah, where can folks see you at the Sailboat Show? Is there any place else you're going to be soon?
Right now, it's kind of the end of the season for the Northeast, so this boat is listed at $729. We're aggressive price point. If we don't sell here, we're going to go down to the Caribbean, get the brand down there so people are aware. We'll talk to some charter companies as well, so hopefully you'll see us down in the Caribbean soon as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks so much, and I really appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.